Hey guys, number one. We're here at the beautiful Merritt Memorial Library. I'm with my friends Heidi and Courtney. And the town and the library really just accepted a really exciting new grant. Courtney's going to tell us a little bit more about it and what it means for the folks who may be frequenting the library. Courtney, tell us more about it.
Sure. So I've had people come to the library asking for books in Portuguese and Spanish. I haven't had people asking for books in French yet, but I anticipate that there's demand for that. And there weren't a whole lot in the state. So I applied for this grant through our statewide library consortium and was thrilled to receive the money, the funds. So we are slowly but surely building a small but robust collection of popular fiction in French, Spanish, and Portuguese. I'm shooting for bestsellers like the John Grishams of Spain or Mexico, for instance. So far, the biggest challenge is finding books in Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I definitely encourage people to email me with recommendations or requests. I have a form. There's a QR code you can scan. I also have paper forms in French, Spanish, Portuguese, and English. Bear with me, I will need to rely somewhat on Google Translate because I speak a little bit of Spanish, but my French is not there, and Portuguese even worse. But it's been a fun project to build and hoping to support the new Mainer community and their families moving forward.
So where can folks find the translated, the new section of books?
Yeah, so they are in the study right over there. And here are 3 sample titles, one in French, one in Spanish, and one slim volume in Portuguese. But there are more to come.
And I was told that there's going to be a fun little piece of this conversation, right? You're going to do something maybe a little bit of flair.
Yes.
New to our Friday 5 segments?
Yes.
Great.
Para los usuarios que hablan y leen español, hay muchos libros nuevos de escritores populares hispanohablantes. También hay títulos populares como Las Mujeres de Kristen Hanna en traducción. Si usted tiene una sugerencia de más títulos, por favor complete este formulario. Hay formularios en papel y también se puede usar el código QR. Gracias, que disfrute leer.
Number 2, this week's organizational spotlight is at 317 Maine, and I'm with my good friend Amy Sinclair, who's the events coordinator here at 317 Main Street Community Music Center.
That's close.
Pretty good.
That's I'm going to give you an A- on that.
I'll take it.
317 Maine Community Music Center. Thank you for coming by. Because we're going to be talking today mainly about the farmers market, I wanted, if this was Hawaii, it would be a pineapple, but it's Maine, so I present you on behalf of the farmers market with a blue Hubbard squash.
I love it. Thank you so much. I don't often get presents. This is great.
Roast it with a little bit of olive oil and salt.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, so the farmers market, most people know the farmers market outside at the Bickford Pavilion, but in November and December, we move inside on Thursdays a little bit earlier, 2:30 to 5, and we go through December 19th. And we did it mainly because November, December it's a big food season.
Harvest season,
yeah.
Right.
So there is still a ton of produce. And so if you come to the market, you are going to see the farmers' stalls absolutely loaded. Everything you need for Thanksgiving, winter squashes, potatoes, carrots, onions, kale, cabbage, lots of winter greens because they all have greenhouses. We also have apples, cider, beautiful bunches of winterberry, and then lots of other prepared food vendors, as well as a nice selection of crafters. And so our hall indoors is completely full. Again, 2:30 to 5 on Thursdays through December 19th, and we would love it if you stop by.
That's amazing. So it's in the Founders Hall in the back of the the new expansion of 317 Main. There's how many vendors do we have?
We have pretty much all we can fit. We've got, I think, 16 vendors there. We can expand it to 18, which we also are using the hall on the town's big craft fair weekend on
hometown holidays.
exactly.
Great.
On December 7th, and we're one of like 5, 6, maybe more venues that are doing events that day. So we'll fit 18 into the hall that day, and then we'll spill out another 5 or 6 into the gallery space. And then we have the Fox and Fiddle Cafe upstairs. They're going to do coffees, teas, mimosas, brunch items. So like the whole, and we're going to have, of course, live music all day. So I hope people will stop by for that.
Good teaser for next week's edition. Tune in. We'll learn a little bit more about the hometown holiday events, some of the other Shop Small Saturday events that we've got going on, some other cool stuff. So tell us a little bit. So we're in the holiday season. Any big concerts, other festivities beyond?
Oh my goodness, yes.
The farmers market?
So we've got a couple of things coming up. I think probably of the biggest interest, we do our Songs of the Season, which years ago we did one event at First Parish Church. Now we have the new hall and we've expanded. So we're going to be doing 3 Songs of the Season. One on Friday night on December 13th. On Saturday, we do a matinee specifically for kids at noon. And then we do another all ages show at 5 o'clock. Those shows probably will sell out. So I would encourage people to come early. And it's just going to be a wonderful variety show of vocalists and instrumentalists that just give you that amazing holiday feel.
Can't wait. I can't wait. 317's been an unbelievable partner with the town of Yarmouth. So excited to hear what they've got going on and the growth of the indoor farmers market. And we look forward to partnering with you in the future.
Oh, us too. I'm so happy you stopped by, Scott. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you too. On to the next. What's the deal with that? Got a couple questions online, seen some chatter about what's happening on Memorial Green. As the town continues to look at ways to expand our holiday celebration techniques, our friends at YCS come up with a pretty awesome idea. Was it a bandstand? Is it a contra dance platform? What is it? We've got a new synthetic ice rink that's going out in front of Town Hall. It's going to be open as of December 1st. If you want to learn more about that, some of the programming we've got going on with it, or some of the other fun festivities happening during Hometown Holidays on December 7th, tune in next week for some fun and I think some festive updates. We're back at HQ for item number 4 this week. Beginning in the next few weeks, our partners at Cumberland County Assessing and Vision will begin a statistical revaluation of all properties in Yarmouth. It's been a few years since we have last done a revaluation. It was done in 2016. And since then, the real estate market's been a little bit crazy, right? Which has impacted our valuation compared to the market. Unlike a full revaluation where site appraisers visit each property in Yarmouth, a statistical revaluation is a bit more like an Excel spreadsheet exercise, where the only site assessment that will need to be done are for those who purchased property within the last 2 calendar years, so since April 1, 2023. We're going to be sending out more information over the next few months, including a mailer within the next few weeks. It gives you a little bit more information. It'll also provide you with a link to the town's website where we'll have a lot more information on what it means, the timeline, how you can learn more, and a little bit more about the revaluation process in general. For those who may be impacted by the individual site assessments, you'll receive a second letter from Vision that'll coordinate a time to talk with you and talk you through their process. So again, this won't be the last time you hear from me about the reval, but it is right around the corner. So with that, we'll go to the next site. They're here and they're gorgeous. You might have seen some of the new signs, new wayfinding signs being installed throughout town. We've got a couple of sites that's already been addressed, but there's several others that you'll see popping up in the next week or so. Again, the wayfinding signage program is part of our new rebranding effort, and I think they came out pretty nice. We work with our friends at Neocraft up in Lewiston to help produce these, and we've really focused on Main Street and on Route 1 for the first phase. Subsequent phases will pop up in the next year, so we'll work our way out towards the islands and up 115 to North Yarmouth. But for now, we're really, really pleased. And again, this was a community effort with volunteers, with subcommittees, and with our elected officials in town to really embrace our new brand and to provide some new fun placemaking nodes here in the town of Yarmouth. And with that, we are wrapping up this week's edition of the Friday Five. Thanks again for tuning in. Now, just a quick scheduling update. Next week, believe it or not, is Thanksgiving. I hope you have your squash like I've got mine. And that means with Thanksgiving, most of the town operations will be closed for public access. That includes the town office, the library, and the transfer station. Now, the town office and the library will be closed on Friday as well. However, the transfer station will be open on Friday. So Black Friday, if you're not out, throwing elbows and buying holiday gifts, you can swing by and see Curtis and the rest of the gang over the transfer station. So with that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.